Welcome to this video lecture. Myself Atul Kumar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Rajiv Gandhi Memorial, Government College, Jogindarnagar. In this video lecture, I will discuss about Python fundamentals. So, what is a Python character set? It is basically a set of characters that are used by a Python programming language to create a programming element such as variables, identifiers, escape sequences, constants, expression, etc. So letters used in Python are small a to z and capital letter A to Z. Similarly, we have numericals from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 digits are used in Python character set. Similarly, we have some special symbols like star, hash, not, equal to, bar, slash, question mark, curly brackets, and big bracket, colon, semicolon, inverted commas, less than, equal to, dot, etc. So these are some special symbols, and the combination of these letters, numerals and symbols is known as a character set of a Python. Next, what is a token? So token is the smallest individual unit that makes up a complete Python program. So there are different kinds of token we have. Firstly, we have an identifier, we have keywords, and we have operators. So identifier is actually the name that the programmer defines. For example, sum is an identifier, count is an identifier, age is an identifier. So it is actually the name that is given by the programmer to to specify the variable, to specify the constant, etc. Similarly, we have a keywords. So these are some special keywords, special letters. So these keywords are reserved words in our Python language. Similarly, we have operators. Operators are the symbols that operate on data and produce results. In mathematics, we have operator, plus operator, minus operator. Similarly, we have in Python, we have plus operator to add two numbers, minus operator to subtract two numbers, shift operator is there, star equal to operator to multiply the elements. So these are some special operator that operates on data and produce the results. So then we have some delimiters. Delimiters are for grouping, punctuation marks, assignment symbols, like we have minus, we have a left bracket sign, we have a equal to. All are delimiters. Similarly, we have literals. Literals are the value classified by the types, and the examples of these literals are 25, 3.14, 5.1j. This is actually a complex number. It is also a literal. These are actually the constant values. As hello is a string type of variable, and it is also a string literal. So firstly, I will discuss the identifier. So identifier is the name given to various programming elements such as variables, functions, class modules, or any other object. So suppose we have to store the age of the user, so we can write the variable name as user age, and it is defined as below: user age is equal to 0 or user age is equal to 50. So user age is the age of the age of the user, and it is a identifier to identify the age of the user. After we define user age, the program will allocate some memory to store this data. Similarly, this means if firstly we define the user age, and then the memory is allocated in your RAM to store that identifier or variable. So next, there are some rules how the identifiers are specified in Python. So identifiers is a combination of letters, numeric digits, and a underscore. So underscore is only the special symbol that you can use in building a identifier. So the next rule is it must start with the letter or a underscore. Letter may be small case or uppercase, like A is a letter, or you can also use a capital A. And it also start, identifier can also be start with the special symbol, that is a underscore, that you can find on your keyboard. It cannot be a keyword. Keyword means it is a reserved words, that is reserved meaning in Python, so it cannot be a keyword. Next, it can be of any length, but neither be too short or too long. So identifier, you can create a identifier of any length, but it can but neither be should too short, but not too long. It is a case sensitive also. Case sensitive means that suppose we have age as a identifier, you can see the differences. Here the first alphabet capital is capital. In the second word is, all the alphabets are all the characters are capital. In the small in the third is, all the characters are small, and in the fourth middle G is capital. So it is a case sensitive, means that all are different. If you define a identifier in Python, so both all these A's identifiers are different and can be used differently in case of Python. So these are some examples of identifier. These are a valid identifier. As I have discussed, that identifier can always be start from a character. So this is a valid identifier. Also it can be started and we can use a combination of small alphabets, capital alphabets, and also a digits. So these are all valid identifiers. In case this one is not a valid identifier, that this is because we use a special symbol here, dash and exclamation mark, but we can use only underscore in creating the identifier. This one is a invalid identifier. Similarly, in the second kind of invalid identifier, we can't start it with a digit, so it is a invalid identifier. Similarly, in the third invalid identifier, we can't start with any special symbol except underscore, so it is also a invalid identifier. The fourth example is a while. So it is also a illegal identifier, because while is a reserved word in Python language, so it is a illegal, as it is a reserved word. The fourth next identifier is also illegal, because we left a space in between salary and for and 2000. So spaces are not allowed in creation of identifier. Next, we have quotes are not allowed in creation of identifiers, so this is a invalid identifier. Next token is keywords. So there are certain kind of identifiers that have predefined meaning in Python and cannot be redefined. So these are called as reserved words, and these are keywords. So these identifiers are keywords or reserved words. They cannot use reserved words as variable names, class names, or any other identifier. Approximately we have 33 reserved words or keywords in our Python, that varies from version to version. So these are some keywords in Python language, like false is a keyword, none is a keyword, true is also a keyword, reserved word, and is also a reserved word. As you have to just memorize these keywords, so because these keywords always use in this Python language: break, class, continue, def, del, elif, else, except, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, non-local, not, or, pass, raise, return, try, while, with, and yield. So next, what are literals? So literal is like basically a constant value. It may be a numeric value, it may be a floating point or a decimal value, or it may be a string literal also, that is a name or any other thing. strings are basically the combination of characters. So it is a constant value that appears directly in a program, and this value does not change during the program execution. So they are constant. So constant, you can you know that constant values are not changed during during the execution of program, the value of these literals are not changed and they remain fixed. So there are different kinds of numeric literals are there. Firstly is a numeric literal, string literal, special literal, and a collection literal. So numeric literals are, or numerical literals are of three type. First one is int, second is float, complex literals are there. So int literals are called as integers. They can be positive value or a negative value or numbers with decimal points. Int can be represented in four ways and will be discussed later on. Next is float, and float represents the real numbers and written in a decimal points. So all the numerical values that are have a decimal point in between them, so these are called as floating point literals. Next we have a complex literals, like we have a in mathematics we have a complex numbers. So these can be represented in Python with the help of complex literals and are in the form a plus iota b, where a and b are floating point numbers and iota is a imaginary part. So int values are further represented in four ways. The first is decimal value. It may be a sequence of 0 to 9, and the second is a binary value. The binary value means the sequence of 1 and 0. So binary is basically either 1 or 0. Or octal value, it is a sequence of digits from 0 to 7, and it always starts with 0. 0, 0 O or O0. Next is hexadecimal values, sequence of 0 to 9, A to F and capital A to F, and they are preceded by 0x or 0 capital X. So any value or any literal that start with 0x, it is a hexadecimal value, or any literal that start with 0O, that is a octal value, or any literal that have only two values, that is 0 and 1, and start with 0 v or 0 small v, that is a binary value. Next we have a floating point literals. So floating point literals are also called as real literals and having a fractional part. So all the literals that have a points in them or fractional values, they are called as floating point literals. So fractional form can be written like this, 15.75, so it is a floating point literal. Or in the exponent form, it can be written as two parts. First is mantissa part and second one is exponent part. For example, we have a 5.8 and it can be represented with the help of 0.58 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 1, and it is equal to 0.58 multiplied by e raised to power 01. So here the mantissa part is 0.58 and the exponent part is e 01 is a exponent part. So in Python shell, suppose we type we print like this: price is equal to float 3547.566, and then we want to get the value of price. So this one is a floating point value, and suppose this one is a cost, and when we print cost as this, then this one is a also a floating point value because it is a fractional value. Next literals we have a string literals or constant. So firstly, what is a string? So string is a sequence of letters enclosed in quotes is called as string. So any sequence of letters or combination of letters that are enclosed in a single quote or a double quote, that is called as a string. So it is a combination of letters enclosed in quotes that may be single quote or a double quote. So string literals can be of form by enclosing text in a single or double quote. For example, Arun, it is enclosed in a single quote, so it is a string literal. Hello word is also enclosed in a single quote, so it is also a string literal. 112, it is not a numeric literal. This is because it is enclosed in a double quote. So any literal that is enclosed in single or double quote, that is treated as a string literal, not as a numeric literal. If we remove these two double quotes, and then it becomes a numeric literal, otherwise it is a string literal. So Python allows two types of strings. One is single line string and multiple line string. So this one is actually the representation of single line string. So single line means when the strings are represented in one line and terminate in one line, then it is called as string literal. For example, we have a text and it is hello. We have text is assigned a value hello, and it is enclosed in a single quote, so it is a string literal, and it is terminated in a single line, so it is a single line string literal. Similarly, we have a string literal hello, it is enclosed in a double quote, and so on. Then we have a multi-line string literal. So multi-line string literal across the multiple lines. They can be created in two ways, either by a triple quotations like this, or by with the help of backslash. So this one is the first example. Text is equal to hello, single quote hello, then there is a backslash. When we include a backslash in our string literal, then you can continue that string literal in the next line until the single quote is enclosed, then it is called as a multiple line string literal. Similarly, it can be represented with the help of three triple quotation. So triple quotation, when it ends, then it is called as multi-line string literal. So these are the example of multi-line string literal. In the first, we have a backslash. We have a this one is a backslash, and until we have a backslash, all these are a multi-line string literal. Similarly, we have a triple quote here, and where it ends, all the lines are included in a single literal, so it is a multi-line string literals. Next, how to represent a string in Python. So suppose we have a string hello Python, it is enclosed in double quotes. So it starts with 0 is the first address, or 0 is the first index of character h, then the next index is 1, and it is incremented until the last character is n. So, note here that there is a space between hello and Python. So space is a different or unique character in our Python, so it also contains in a string literal. So 5, when we just want to access the position 5, then it will always give you a space. Space is not shown in your screen, but it will show a empty position in your screen that represent a space. So suppose you want to access the first or 0th element in the string, so it can be accessed in the Python with this syntax s, then a big bracket start the index which you want to access, and big bracket close. When you just enter this in your Python script or Python interactive mode, then it will print you h, because on index 0 we have a character h. Similarly, suppose you want to access element at 6th position, then it will print you sixth, at sixth position it is a P, so it will show the output P. Then the next is length function. Length function, len function, is used to find the length of the string. So suppose you want to find the how long or how much length this string has, then to find the length of the string, we have a function in Python, that is len bracket, and to find this, there is a syntax like this: s len and there is a bracket, and in bracket you have to pass the string -1. So it will calculate the length of the string. So here the length of the string is how much? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So the length of string is 12. So here the value 12 is putted minus 1. So 12 minus 1 is 11. So s, and in brackets there is 11. So the element or index at 11 is accessed, and the value at index 11 is n. So n is printed. So length function, len function, is used to find the length of the string in Python. Next we have a size of the string. So size of the string is basically the length of the string. So in this case here the size of string is 1, as slash is a escape sequence. Similarly, we have 3 characters, so size is 3. In this we have 2 characters, as this is a escape sequence, so this is not treated, so the size here is 2. Next we have different kind of escape sequences in Python. Firstly we have a Python backslash, then single quote be there, then double quote be there, a sky will be there, and the syntax for this is /a, then a sky backspace be there, the syntax for this is /b, then /f is the sky form feed, then new line escape sequence is there, the syntax is /n, then carriage return syntax is there, and /r, horizontal tab be there, /t, then vertical tab be there, /small t, then 16-bit hexa value is there, /x, then octal value is there, /000. So this one is the syntax how backslash is printed with the help of Python. Print is the statement that is used in Python to print anything on the screen. So to print a backslash, we have to just put double quotes, and inside a double quotes we have to put the backslash 2 times, so it will print a single backslash. Similarly, if we want to print backslash in the preceding and after hello, then we have to put double backslash on before and after hello, and it will print hello before and after this is backslash hello, then backslash. Then we have to how to print a single quote. To print a single quote, it is also very easy. Just print, then there double quote start, and after double quote we have to just put backslash, then single quote hello, then also put backslash, and then single quote, and then double quote. Then it will print quote, then hello, and then single quote. Then how to print a double quotes? It is also very simple. Just for everything, if you want a single quote or double quote, then firstly a double quote, then you have to put a backslash, and then again put a single inverted comma, and then that single quote is printed. Similarly, if you want to print a double quote, then start with inverted double quote, and then backslash, and then again double quote, and these double quotes are printed. Similarly, end with backslash and then double quote, this double quote is printed. So Sainik School Amarabathi Nagar is printed in double quotes. Similarly, if you want to print Python programming in double quotes, then firstly double quotes and there is a backslash, and then this double quote is printed inside Python programming. Then there is also a sky well, and to print this is actually a beep. So to beep with the help of your computer, just use backslash a, and it is used for a sky well. So it will be 4 times, and then computer programming is a fun is printed on your screen. Next we have a sky backspace is there. To print a sky backspace, we have a backslash b is a escape sequence is there, and it will print like this in your screen. Next we have a sky form feed. The symbol or the syntax for this is backslash f, and it will print like this on your screen. Next we have a new line. This is very important escape sequence in Python. If you suppose you want welcome on one line and 2 on other line, then Python on other line, then programming on the next line, then there is a new line escape sequence, and its symbol is backslash n. So with backslash n, compiler or Python interpreter know, then it will go to the next line, then it will go to the next line, then it will print welcome, and after welcome there is also next line, then cursor go to the next line, then it will print 2, and after 2 there is also a next line, then it will go to the new line, and it will print Python. After Python there is a new line, then it will go to the new line, and it will print programming. Next we have a escape sequence carries return, and it will return the carries. Print, and its syntax is backslash r. Next, to print or to print a horizontal tab in your output, what is the escape sequence? Slash backslash t is the horizontal tab syntax to print. So there are 2 horizontal tabs, so 2 horizontal tabs are there, then welcome is printed. After welcome there is a single horizontal tab, and after horizontal tab there is 2, so 2 is printed. After 2 there is a horizontal tab, it will print a tab, and after that Python is printed. Next we have a vertical tab vertical tab. To print a vertical tab, it will print vertical tabs, and after that there is a welcome, and the syntax for this is backslash small v. And then 16-bit hexadecimal value, how to print. To print hexadecimal value, always a escape sequence that start with backslash x be there, and there is a 41, and it will print the value a capital A. Similarly for 42, it is equivalent hexadecimal of capital B. Similarly we have a octal value, and to print a octal value, just simply start with backslash and then write the octal number 110, then it will print your octal equivalent or ASCII value. Thanks for watching this video lecture.